culture is a powerful weapon, and we know it because Russians bombing our museums, they destroyed our heritage. And we understand that this is strategy of this war as well, to destroy our culture, to destroy our identity.
DutchCulture invited 7 museum directors to the Netherlands in the frame of our visiting program, and it means that these colleagues from Ukraine spend a week in the Netherlands. We do museum visits, we visit organizations, organize expert meetings around topics which are interesting for our colleagues. And we also explore how we can help as a Dutch cultural sector the best to Ukraine.
In Ukraine, and we have our own cultural Rammsteins. So we got a lot of equipment, protection, which help us to respond to attempts of Putin regime to destroy not only objects or collections, but destroy the bearers of cultural identity, to destroy the professional teams of the museums, to destroy the bearers of the intangible cultural heritage, to destroy us as a nation.
Cultural Emergency Response is a cultural relief organization, so we provide first aid to cultural heritage under threat in crisis situations. And since the beginning of the escalation of the war, we were involved in Ukraine as well to work with local partners to help protect their collections, sites, buildings, etc. And when DutchCulture came up with the idea to invite some Ukrainian heritage experts to the Netherlands, we were approached as SER to see how we could invite our partners and give them an opportunity to actually help them in doing their work of heritage protection on the ground in Ukraine, because even though we're a year in, it's still very much needed.
If we will talk about how the Dutch cultural sector could help the Ukrainians, I see from this journey, from this program, that there are many very valuable experience which Dutch institution has in connection with working with a difficult past and with the questions of how to serve the public, how the cultural institutions and how the museums could serve the public.
Right now we came to learn more on different aspects, starting from International Criminal Court, how we should collect evidences documenting the damaged objects, what should be done to make our culture much more resilient, how we can create the new exhibitions about hot history, how we present contested history. Today, also we speak with our colleagues here in the Netherlands museums about art therapy, about traumatic issues, how museums can be really such places for dialogue, for therapy, for making communities inspiring with a hope for much better future.
My main takeaway from the meeting today was how rewarding it is to see the stamina with which the colleagues from the Ukraine deal with everyday crisis. How on the one hand they really have to respond to everything new that is happening every day, while on the other hand they really take the responsibility also on a personal level to remain relevant as a museum and to try to define and redefine constantly the role that they play as museum professionals in such a situation of crisis. And for me it was really rewarding also to see what museums are really about today and how relevant museums can remain and how important it is that they're being led by people with the right motivation. I was deeply impressed.
That is one of the parts of the exhibition Ukraine Crucifixion. It is now exhibited in Kiev in the War Museum, but fragments of this exhibition are now on the February 24th. They were presented in Latvia and Estonia, yes. So it's a really actually popular exhibition now. And it was opened in May, which is like 3 months after the war started, full-scale invasion started. It was the first museum exhibition in Ukraine to be opened. And it's made out of the artifacts. Its uniqueness is that it is made out of the artifacts during the ongoing war, about the ongoing war. And we believe in museum practice, well, at least we do not know anything like that.
We never had visitors from an acute war zone. And of course, it makes this visitor program very different. It's very emotional, you know. We are not just professionals to professionals, but we see so much pain and vulnerability, and this group is so close to each other. And you can feel that also, that energy, you know, in every meeting, in the public event we organized, everywhere. It's beautiful, and it's also very painful to experience that.
We have a lot of challenges at the same time, because we have to take care about our safety, about our kids, about our pets, about our family, about our friends, unknown Ukrainians who came to Khmelnytsky, for example, as an internally displaced person, about employees, about buildings, about collections. And at the same time, I was waiting for the message from my son, who is on the front line now. So it's very big challenge for everybody in Ukraine. Actually, I understand one more time that to be Ukrainian, you have to be multifunctional, and you have to be strong. You have to be strong.